What is happening? Welcome to my channel. My name is Matt Bradford. Today we are going to follow up on the beginner lesson, Intro to Playing Leads. This is more intro to playing leads. It's not an intro at this point. We've done the intro and now we're going to continue to talk about it. All of the lesson materials for today are on Patreon. The link is below. Patreon right now, it's $5 a month. And so that's what, $60 a year. I think. Math not my strong suit. But I don't think you're going to find a lap steel lesson for less than that. So hopefully, if you are finding these things useful, you will join me there. I kind of lost my day job, and that's okay. We're going to try to do this thing more and play more music and build more guitars, etc. So all the lesson materials are on Patreon. Secondly, I do build lap steels. I have lap steel necks for telly style lap steels. Right, you can bolt them onto an existing telly neck. I have, or onto an existing telly body, rather. I have these that are my design. And the Reverb store is also below. Now, shipping is only right now to the US, but I just shipped the neck to Thailand. And I just shipped a guitar to England. So, if you're not in the States, first of all, congratulations. And second of all, just reach out, right? mattbradfordmusic@gmail.com. And we'll see what we can do. And finally, I've left a link below as well, and I've got QR codes here. I've been broke. I think $5 a month is affordable, hopefully, if you're trying to do something new and learn and blah, blah. If you can't afford $5 a month, reach out and we'll try to figure something out too, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, that's not make or break for me. I would like for you to have this stuff. And all that. But if you I've been broke, but there's also been times where I was making some money. Right now is not one of those times. If you're really enjoying what I'm doing, you want to leave me a tip, QR codes are here. Leave me a tip. I would appreciate it. If you can't, that's fine too. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to just keep going and we're going to see what happens. So today we are going to use a track we've already used. We're going to use People Get Ready. I'm working off the Jeff Beck version. I'm working off my own version, but like the version I was listening to for inspiration, etc., is the Jeff Beck version. It is not the original version. Someone let me know that in the comments, and I appreciate it. The original version was great, but I prefer. I am used to the Jeff Beck version, and that's the one that I'm working off of. So I have this backing track. It's great for this. It's on Patreon. Sounds like this. And the melody or whatever. I kind of jazzed it up a little bit, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about finding the bones of the melody, trying to achieve what you want to achieve. Not playing like me, not playing like Jeff Beck, playing like you. Okay? Because there's already a me, and it's this weird match-shaped area right here. And there's already a Jeff Beck, and depending on what you believe, he's back, and he's a baby, or he's not. I don't actually know how that works. That's not what I believe, but it's fine. So look, let's start with this chart. This chart is the chords, and this is the thing. And I know there's so much talking, but like, let me just look. Playing leads, the most important part is we're still playing the chords. You've heard people say things like play the changes, or like, man, I really like that guy because he just plays the right note. Well, the right note, and I put that in quotes because it can be anything, but it's gonna come from the chord changes. So we're playing a melody that is based off of the chords. And if we know what the chords are, then we know what we're doing, and that's going to be the important thing. So we're breaking everything down to bite-sized chunks. We're slowly building our understanding of the scale. We're slowly building our understanding of playing the changes. I don't eat a sandwich by just smashing the whole thing into my face. I take one bite at a time. Okay? So this is our chords for the song in letters. And the first thing we got to be able to do, if we're going to be translating from letters to numbers, is we have to be able to look at this and then see the numbers. I am going to start giving you charts in numbers, but before we do this, take this chart, pause the video. Not yet though, because I got to tell you what to do with it. Pause the video, and I want you to break this down into numbers. The way that numbers work is, in this case, we are in the key of D. The first chord is not always the key. The key is the one that feels when we hear this. It's where does it feel like it ends? Where does it feel like that's the home? That's the key. And you know, you get better and better at identifying these things because that is what it is. But we don't play this and then think we end here. That still wants to go somewhere. We don't play it and then stop there. That feels like, at least to me, it feels like it wants to go back to here. When we do that, I don't feel like I need to go anywhere. I'm home. So that's our root. Our root is the D chord. So we're in the key of D. So what does that mean? Well, we could learn all the theory about which key is which and all this stuff, but we don't need to. The way we're going to break it down to numbers is this. In any key, you're going to have one of each letter. Okay? So in the key of D, you have a D, you have an E, you have an F. It happens to be F sharp in this key. But my point is it doesn't actually matter. We have a D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then it starts over. So D is the 1 because that's the 1 chord. E is the 2 because it's the 2 chord. F is the 3 because it's the 3 chord. It doesn't matter that it's an F sharp. Any F is going to be the 3 chord. G is 4, A is 5, B is 6, and C is 7. We're going to get into all the other stuff in a second. But before we do anything else, I want you to just take this, pause this, take this chart, break it down so you know what number's which. I'm waiting. Pause it now. Okay, we're going to assume you paused it. Here's the chart with numbers. Okay? D is 1, and you'll notice how I do it is I'm going to use Roman numerals, and I'm going to do uppercase for major, lowercase for minor. We'll get into diminished. I don't even think we've talked about diminished chords yet, and I'm not going to because they're stupid, and I don't like them. They're great. I'm sorry. All right. So, 1, 6, 4, 1. The reason the 6 is minor, I'm going to pull up the scale now. This is the scale. Now, you'll notice I'm doing the scales a little bit differently starting today. Patreon, I did a poll. So a couple people had asked me to put the dots on the lines, on the fret lines, right? I was doing it traditional guitar style because when you play guitar, you put your fingers in between the frets. Now we're playing slides, so we're going to put the number on the line. It feels weird to me. I am certain I will get used to it. But Patreon made a bunch more work for me because I got to redo all of my... I draw all this stuff by hand. I'm not a technological person. So every chart, everything is just like me like coloring it in Affinity Photo. It's super rough. Maybe someday I will get more acclimated, but yeah. So this is the scale. You'll notice I want to show you these chord shapes. We've talked about chord shapes. I want to show you again. Here's our 1 chord. Okay? Here's our 6 chord, and this shape is the minor chord shape. And then here's our 4 chord. And it's a major chord shape. So the 1 is a major chord shape, which is why it's a major 1. The 6 is a minor chord shape. This is what happened. The numbers in the scale so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the major scale. But that's not how we're playing it. Okay. Whew. Ha. Okay. So we have the chart, and I'm gonna move the chart. Ooh, let's see how this looks. I'm gonna move the chart over here. We're going to try this for this lesson. If it looks good, then we'll keep doing it. If it doesn't, then we'll stop. But I'm going to put the chart over here. I'm going to put the chords over, the scale over here. If you're looking at the the scale and the chords, we've talked about this in the last lesson, right? We want to use scale tones and then we want to use chord tones in between. The melody, and I'm kind of using Jeff Beck's melody, and then I'm also using some of Rod Stewart's melody because it's just the way it feels right to me. But check it out. So the melody, the first part of the melody is 3 4 3 1 7. That's it. 3 4 3. And then 1 7. So sorry, 3 4 3. And then 1 7. Now, I'm playing it here. But as I put these numbers out, 3 4 3 1 7, look at all the different places I can play it. Right? There, I can play it on the next two strings down. Right? I can play it all on this string. Oh, haha, here. Okay, I can play it up here. There's a million ways to play it. So, as we start to learn this scale, starting to think in numbers, we're thinking, here's my numbers for my chart. Here's my scale tones. And you can see what the numbers for the chords are. Okay? The 1 chord is a 1, a 3, and a 5 because that's the numbers in this row, in this shape, in this chord. The chords and the scale all come from the same spot. The melodies come from the same spot. Our 6th chord is a 6 1 3 because look at the numbers in our scale. Right? The notes in a 4 chord, 4 6 and 1. So when we start looking at how this is breaking down we're singing the melody, right? And then we're going to try to figure it out. Okay, that's 3 4 3 1 7. Let's do just that part over just the beginning of the song. So we have this. Okay, just do that again. Do it again. Bite-sized chunks. Do it again, but somewhere else. Okay, do it again, somewhere else. Okay, you see what we're doing? Now, you'll notice that the last one, I don't have the whole scale here, but we do know that wherever we are, the 3 is here, so 1 half step up is the 4. 3's here, 1 half step up is the 4. The 3 is here, 1 half step up is the 4. Right? The other thing is we're not using open strings. Okay, the camera's starting to overheat. It's been 15 minutes, which is pretty wild. Camera's starting to overheat, so let me take a break. I'm going to come back in a second, and we're going to talk about learning this scale and again, we're slowly breaking it down. If we do it this way, if you stick with me this way, I promise you're going to end up with the whole scale. And the one thing that I have a really hard time doing is playing it. I mean, I can play it on one string in order because I know how it goes, but I can't, but like playing it like, I'd never play it that way. I have to think real hard to do it. It's actually a miracle that I did it right. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll see me struggle. So, hang tight. Well, it's not gonna be a change for you. But this is, again, I need new cameras. The camera overheats all the time. It just is what it is. Okay, we're back. Went out and shot some finish, and now the camera hopefully will make it through the rest of the lesson. We'll see. So check it out. When we're talking about melodies, when we're talking about solos, when we're talking about playing, particularly because we're on lap steel. So while there is certain things where it's like that's how I'm gonna play it like the lap steel part. At least the stuff I'm doing, and possibly the reason you're here, is I'm not playing lap steel songs. I'm playing songs on lap steel. So if you want to go learn the traditional lap steel stuff, again, I say it all the time, but Troy Brenningmeyer, Mike Witcher, there's so many great guys out there, and I'm not that guy. I don't know how to play the I keep wanting to say poncho and lefty, but that's not the one. Whatever the traditional lap steel thing is. Is that in the shot? Don't have that in the shot. That's not professional. Okay, so when I'm learning melodies, when I'm learning songs, I'm always thinking in numbers. And so instead of breaking this melody down as a tab, which, yuck, number one. Number two, I don't know how to notate it well. And then you gotta, I mean, at least to me, you would add time and stuff, and you gotta add bar, and none of that stuff makes sense to me. What makes sense to me, and this is the way I think, and this is the way I play, and this has added so much to me. And again, I didn't always do this, and I think this is a huge addition to me, because it also means I can move stuff where, oh, this is too high for that singer. Well, we can play lower. We can change key, whatever key you're in, whatever change you make, I can adjust here. So I think in numbers. So 3, 4, 3, 1, 7. Right? Simple enough. The way that I'm going to think of this melody, 3, 4, 3, 1, 7. That's the first passage. Second passage, 6, 1, 6, 2, 3. Now, I could do it. That's another beautiful way. Those sound totally different. 6, 1, 6, 2, 3. I guess it's 6, 1, 6, 2, 3. Right? There's a million places to put it. So, 3, 4, 3, 1, 7. 6, 1, 6, 2, 3. Right? And then 3, 1. Let's see. How does it go? I gotta remember. Check it out. Oh, 6, 6, 5. 6, 6, 5. Oh God, I'm singing. I'm sorry. You should sing, by the way. You don't have to be good, obviously. But then you start seeing, okay. Now, I don't like ending on open strings because it doesn't give me any vibrato or anything. I would rather play where I hit the note first and then vibrato, right? Okay, so the first time through, 3, 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, 7, 6, 1, 6, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 1, 7, same thing, right? A lot of times you're going to have that motif, that internal motif, and then the answer is different. It's a call and response. So the call, right? Response, call, response. And then the second time, it's all the same. Now, this is when it changes. And this, again, I'm stealing it from Rod Stewart's first vocal line. It's a 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. I have to go back and listen. Either one works. So, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. 6, 1, 6. That's what it is. 6, 1, 6. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. And I think I'll put that in parentheses. So I'm going to write this down so you can see it. And I'll show you the way. Again, in my brain, it's breaking it up into these call and response. We have these sections. So when I'm thinking, this is the first section. Second section. Third section. Fifth section. Okay. It's hard for me to yell them out at the same time as I'm playing them, but I think you're getting the idea. And so it's going to be each little one. We're going to break those down. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be numbers. Because you can do it anywhere on the neck, right? This, I can do it there. I could do it lower. And then. So, that's that. And then here's another aside, right? Technique. I've gotten some questions about technique, and I'll try to do some videos on technique, but I gotta be honest. You know, I play a little bit of pedal steel. I play pretty poorly. With lap steel, it's been a process and a change, especially when I went from dobro to lap steel. Dobro, you can have strings ringing a little bit because they die so quick. There's less sustain, so you don't get in the way of yourself as much with a lot of that stuff. Where on lap steel, it becomes much more of a mush. So my technique continues to evolve, and I would argue. And I do love to argue. I would argue that technique is secondary, and I know a lot of people, especially technicians, will be furious with that. But the reality is that the more I try to just make the notes that I want sound the way that I want, then I continue to develop my technique, and I continue to develop a unique voice. And to me, that is the goal. The goal is to develop a unique voice and to express myself while playing music. So, you know, if we want to sit there and play like a... like, it doesn't make sense to me. You can hear the compressor working overtime on that one. Yeah, so I'm getting like 2 dB of compression. I just have a little bit of a compressor going on over here to help me. But as soon as I start, I'm getting like 12 dB of compression, which is not what I want. So I have the compressor set up to be playing melodies right now, which is quite nice. So check it out. We're gonna break this down into numbers, and so we're starting with these letters. We're moving them into numbers. And we're gonna just work with these numbers. And so sit down with the scale chart, and sit down with the chord chart, and sit down with the numbers that I've written down. And you know, I don't know how to play the song, right? Find all the different ways you can play it. Start to familiarize yourself with the neck. The same as the last lesson where we were singing melodies and then playing those melodies, finding them. This is going to translate as I continue to know, 3, 4, 3, 1, 7. If I can hear that, play it, sing it, know what it is, translate it to anywhere on the neck, this becomes way better soloing than no one cares. Playing fast it's cool. I love doing it, but it is such a secondary thing to playing something melodic and sweet. And even in a rock song, even in a rock setting, even in a blues setting, I'm going to do some blues stuff very soon, I promise. But it all comes from the major scale. And all of the conversations we're going to have are going to be based on the major scale. And so far we've talked some in letters. We're moving the numbers. This is the key to me. This might be the most important lesson I do, so it'll probably get 100 views. The point is this. We're breaking this down. There's been a lot of talking today, but I hope it's making sense. We're going to take these sections, play them wherever you can on the neck. Keep playing them. I have the backing track. I have all these materials on Patreon. Start breaking down other songs you like. Start trying to play the melodies from the vocal line by ear. It's gonna make you a better player than playing any guitar solo, playing the vocal lines. I hope this helped. I hope this made sense. It was a long video with a lot of talking and not a lot of playing. I'm gonna do more playing hopefully in the future, but the reality is if you practice this, it's gonna make you a better player. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you.